Do other animals have, you say, human emotions? Yes, they do. They do?
They have, well, do, do other animals have emotions? They have emotions. And humans have animal emotions because humans are animals. So there's a lot of analogous things.
Yes.
And there are a lot of things that I think are very much the same. Not all the same. Like, I mean, even among people's emotions differ, emotionality differs. And I think that's the same among species. It differs, but they have the same kinds of emotions that we have because they have the same nervous system that we have, the same neurotransmitters, the same hormones, exactly the same molecules. Those chemicals are the same. And so if a dog seems happy, they're happy.
And they do smile. Don't they smile?
And they do smile.
Oh, my goodness. I was running with
agree.
Sadie the other
Yeah.
day. She was smiling.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And do they have their own consciousness?
Well, what do you mean by consciousness? The way I think of it is when we have total anesthesia, we're unconscious. That
Correct.
means we're not connected to our senses. So they have that kind of consciousness. They see with their eyes, they hear with their ears, they smell with their noses, they play and have fun. They're afraid of danger. They're fierce in defense of their territory or their people if they're dogs in our family. And all of that stuff is very relatable because it's basically the same thing.
So I know you're a fellow dog lover. Do you believe or know that our dogs love us? Do they love us or are they just looking for a treat?
That's another thing like consciousness is that we use the words so differently. We say, oh, I love my mother, I love my children, I love ice cream, I love shopping for shoes.
Right, we use it for everything.
It's the same word. But if you think of what love feels to us when we love someone, we feel that we want to be close to them, right? And so, just for instance, in our house, our dogs are never given any kind of a treat or fed or anything like that upstairs in the bedroom. But at night, they come upstairs. Why? Because they want to be near us. When I'm in my riding cottage, our dogs frequently leave the house, come up the little path to the riding cottage. They hang out. Why? Because they want to be near me. I want to be near them too because I love them. That's what love feels like. And yeah, that's love.
And that's how you know it's not just looking for a treat. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you say that our pets show us how to be better than we are. What does that mean?
Well, I think, because people are very complex and people are sometimes a little duplicitous and people are not always honest with themselves or each other. But our dogs are what you see is what you get. They are loyal. They are forgiving. They always want to get past it and get beyond it. They always want to make up. They are very fierce when they feel that we are being threatened. And, if we could just be straight shooters, loyal, always want to get past our troubles, defend what we love and defend our people and our place, I think that we would be a little better for it. And the dogs in that way show us a way to do that.
Well, you not only, I know you have dogs. You recently lost your dog, Jude.
Yeah, we did lose one, yes. Jude, yes.
And how old was Jude?
He was 14.
Yeah, 14's about the age for big dogs.
Yeah.
I lost a lot of dogs at 14.
He faded very peacefully over about a day and a half. I think we were, in a way, lucky he went so peacefully. He just drained away. And he was just lying in his bed.
You could feel the life force leaving.
Yeah. Yeah, but he didn't seem in pain or uncomfortable or even really particularly unhappy, actually.
Yes, because dogs are just, what I've learned about being in the present moment is that dogs are always just in the present moment.
That's another thing that they show us, yes, right. Just like be there with all 4 feet in
And they're not worried about what they did or did they knock over the water bowl or what they did.
They're certainly not worried about whether they're going to get into graduate school or get the promotion or the next job or what their sister-in-law said to them or anything like that.
Did you grow up loving animals? Is that how you came to write about animals? And
I did absolutely grow up loving animals, but the funny thing is, I actually, up until 15 years ago, I would have said I don't really like dogs. Isn't that weird?
That is very weird.
And the reason is, when I liked dogs that I had. I loved dogs that I had, but in general, The reason is that a lot of the interactions with people and their dogs that you see is not very pleasant. It's not very pleasant to be around. And because dogs have such complicated minds and emotional systems, they can be traumatized, they can be hurt, they can be very uncomfortable around a particular person that doesn't understand them well or treats them badly, right? And you kind of see a
Because
lot of
once
that
they're
in
treated badly, they
interactions.
live in fear of that person
Sure,
forever. Yes.
sure. Yeah. They can live in fear and they can be traumatized, you know. And when I see people, a dog is trying to sniff on a walk and they're just yanking on the chain or they're yelling at them or they're holding them tight on the leash, it's just unpleasant. And somebody who, a friend of ours said, well, you know, one thing I love about you is you always let your dogs be dogs. And I never thought of it that way before, but that's become sort of like my guiding principle is to let them be
And
dogs.
how do you do that?
I let them show us what they kind of would like to do. We provide guide rails that if they like you a lot, the guide rails just have to be very gentle. Often I whisper my commands because if you whisper, they have to make sure that they're hearing you instead of yelling at them all the time. If you have a little puppy and you want it to follow you, you walk away from it instead of, you know, dragging it around on a leash. You take it off the leash and you walk away. And it's like, oh, wait, I'm here alone. No, I don't want to be here alone. So, I mean, it's easy. It's actually easy because their evolved social behavior is more like people than probably any other animal.
So you said up until about 15 years ago. So 15 years ago, what happened?
So 15 years ago, what happened was, so this is a slightly complicated story, okay?
Okay.
So I thought, well, one thing about dogs is they're kind of designed animals, and I'm really interested in nature, and I'm really interested in evolution, and what life really is, and how it really works, right? And dogs are sort of designed. Like you want a little lap dog, you make one. You want a hunting dog, you make one. You want a guard dog, you make one. All these different breeds. You want something that's going to go swim in the water and retrieve things, you make one. So I thought you can't really learn much about nature and real life, what it really is from dogs. Then two things happened.
Because our culture has domesticized dogs.
Domesticized and just made them what we want them to be. Like we make everything, like we make chairs the way we want chairs and cars the way we want cars. I
Yeah.
figured we made these animals the way we want them.
Yeah.
So then what happened was kind of odd. First of all, we had a baby raccoon whose mother had gotten hit by a car. They had a den in a tree in our yard. This emaciated baby raccoon fell out of the tree, and we were raising this baby raccoon. And they're very, very playful. They're bad pets. I don't recommend it. You need to know a lot about animal behavior to be safe around raccoons. So I don't recommend it, but they're fantastic animals.